The billionaire froze, his breath catching midair. A homeless black boy had just stepped into his path, a steady voice low. "Your daughter is alive." The world tilted. Emily had been gone for 7 years, lost in a crash, mourned, buried. In memory. But this boy held something that shattered Richard's reality. A worn photo with her face. How could this street kid know her? What was truth, what was madness? And why did the boy look like he'd been protecting a secret the world refused to see? Welcome, story lovers. From where are you watching? Comment on your city. Every morning, Richard Sterling sat by the grand window of his Manhattan penthouse, sipping coffee no longer warm. Years had passed since the tragic car accident that stole his daughter. Emily, her tiny shoes still sat on the hallway shelf, and like time itself, had frozen in grief. He had built tech empires, graced magazine covers, and donated millions to causes, but none of it filled the black hole inside him. People called him brilliant. But behind those cold eyes lived a man who stopped living the day his child vanished, beneath the river's icy current. The case had long been closed. No body, no closure. Only pain. One cold afternoon, as Richard stepped out onto the city sidewalk, a voice, soft and deliberate, cut through the hum of traffic. "Sir, your daughter is alive." He turned, confused. It was a black boy, barely 13, wrapped in rags, but his eyes told a story far older. At first, Richard thought it was a cruel hoax, but something about the boy's gaze made him pause. The boy, named Malik, asked for 5 minutes. Hesitantly, Richard agreed. In a nearby diner, Malik unfolded a tattered envelope. Inside was a photo Emily, a little older, her hair tangled, her eyes frightened. "She lost her memory," Malik said quietly. "She didn't know her name. I found her after the storm near the tunnels." The story spilled out how she'd wandered for days, taken in by the homeless community. No ID, no memory, just a pendant around her neck engraved with the letter E. Malik had shielded her from gangs, hunger, and even the police. "They don't help kids like us," he said bitterly. He had wanted to tell someone, anyone, but he feared no one would believe a homeless black boy. When Emily grew sick, he tried to find help. He saw Richard on the news and recognized the face. That's when he knew. Now Emily was gone, again taken by someone promising shelter. Malik's voice trembled. "Please, I think they lied. I think they're hurting her." Richard's heart thundered in his chest. Everything he believed shattered. Could it be true? Or was he falling for a desperate boy's story? They followed the trail. Malik remembered abandoned shelters, alleyways, names only whispered. In a run-down building on the city's edge, Richard found her. Pale, frail, but alive. She didn't recognize him. Tears filled his eyes as he whispered. Her name, Emily. Her eyes widened. She touched the pendant around her neck. In that moment, something shifted. A memory, a flicker, a tremble. And then her voice, barely a whisper. "Daddy?" Richard broke. Years of pain washed over him, but the police arrived, questioning Malik harshly, treating him like a criminal. Richard stepped between them. He's not the villain here. He's the hero. Dear audience, if you're enjoying the story, don't forget to give it a like. It really helps. Emily's memory returned slowly. Therapy, care, love. But without Malik, she might have died, forgotten by a world that only sees status and skin. Richard offered Malik a home, an education. But the boy hesitated. He had spent his life in shadows. Eventually, he accepted, not out of charity, but trust. This story isn't just about a father and daughter reuniting, about the silent hero society. Ignores how many more children go unseen, unheard, unloved just because they don't look right. Malik wasn't just a homeless kid. It was family, and maybe that's what the world needs to understand. Real love sees no label. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel for more powerful stories and new videos.